Bonjour Hélène.
Bonjour Pierre.
Good morning, Helen. Good morning, Pierre. And so today it is Foxcatchers. The crew is here. You can see them with Thierry Frémaux, a film directed by Bennett Miller, a film on wrestling. The world of wrestling and the very wealthy Americans, almost an aristocracy, the DuPont family, and a terrible story, the murder of Dave Schultz by John DuPont, the heir to the DuPont family, the very, very wealthy family which made a fortune with firearms, weapons, and they invented nylon and Kevlar. It's a great American family. And John DuPont was fascinated by wrestling. And his interest in the Schultz brothers led to a terrible murder. And here you see Channing Tatum, who plays one of the brothers, Steve Carell, and the director, Bennett Miller, Mark Ruffalo, and the producer of the film, Megan Ellison. And this is the entire crew for Foxcatcher, inspired by a true story. And so Steve Carell plays John DuPont. He's amazing in this film. I've never seen him like this. He's really very powerful. Next to him, Channing Tatum, who plays Mark Schultz, one of the two brothers, Olympic wrestling champions, who are recruited by John DuPont, who wants to make them the pride of America. Considers they are not, don't have the esteem they deserve. And Mark Ruffalo plays the other brother, Dave Schultz. Their parents are divorced, and the two brothers have helped each other train to become Olympic champions. And their problems begin when they meet John DuPont. And Bennett Miller, one of the great French directors who directed Capote and Moneyball. And he already talked about the world of sport with a baseball team in the previous film. He is very much interested in sport, where he finds material for wonderful stories to tell. In this case, it's a tragic story. It has nothing to do with Moneyball, where it was a baseball coach who had found the formula for his team to win, even though it was a small team. Where here it's two champions. One, Mark Schultz, played by Channing Tatum, has problems with his career, whereas his elder brother, Dave Schultz, who has always taken care of him, does much better. He is married, he has children, a family, and it is the pain of the separation of these two brothers that will lead to John DuPont hiring Mark to train in his beautiful home in Pennsylvania. And Steve Carell, we discovered through Saturday Night Live and The Office series. Mark Ruffalo, a theater actor, stage actor, who has also directed films. These are great actors, fine actors with different careers. Steve Carell has been more often seen in comedy,
Crazy Night.
I remember Crazy Night and all these films in which he displayed his acting talents as a comic actor. This is very different. This is a true character role. And he is very different from what we are used to in Foxcatcher. And here you see Channing Tatum. We saw in G.I. Joe, Public Enemy. He has played very different types of characters. And he has made some very successful films. And he has made many films with Steven Soderbergh, a particular Magic, a film about male striptease. And it was a very surprising and very interesting film, too. This will be the first time he climbs the steps in Cannes. And it is also the first Bennett Miller's first film in the official competition in Cannes. And Bennett Miller likes actors who undergo a kind of metamorphosis in their roles. And here you see Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo, who was in Cannes in 2007 with Zodiac by David Fincher, a film presented in the competition. He played the famous killer Zodiac in David Fincher's thriller, and in 2008 with Blindness, also in the competition. Mark Ruffalo is also a director, Sympathy for Delicious.
Un acteur, réalisateur,
very versatile actor and director, and we can also remember him in Louis Leterrier's Insaisissable, where he was with the French actress Mélanie Laurent, whose film is being shown at the Rector's Fortnight, and she was on the steps last night. Mélanie Laurent. And this is Steve Carell.
Alors Steve Carell qui a commencé sa vie en tant que postier.
He began as a postman, but quickly changed careers, and that is a very good thing for us because he became known thanks to Saturday Night Live, a recurrent member of this famous American television program. And he was in the cinema with a famous role alongside Jim Carrey. And we saw him in Sean Levy's Crazy Night, a great box office success. And he also dubbed Moi, Moche et Méchant in English, and we will see him again with Will Ferrell. I think Channing Tatum is taking pictures, taking photographs, so he can play all roles. He gives an amazing performance, and that's required a tremendous amount of work to play these wrestlers because there are a lot of wrestling scenes. It's a very complex sport that requires years of training, and they must have encountered a lot of difficulty in showing these scenes of wrestling.
Donc il y a une manière de filmer de Bennett Miller.
And Bennett Miller has a special interest in sport. He had done it beautifully with baseball, and here is wrestling, while Channing Tatum is taking pictures of the photographs who are taking pictures of him. He's preparing his own souvenirs. You're not in Cannes every day, even though the weather is not very nice today since there's a lot of wind.
toute l'équipe.
And so the entire crew is moving to the set for the interview, and we'll be talking to them in a few moments. But here is an excerpt of Fox.